time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They told it could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running toes. They gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I got some guys with me, man with the Wizards jacket on. Tomo, what's good, Tomo?
Take that. What's up, fellas?
Yes, sir. You got Dave here, all dressed up.
Yes,
You're
sir.
more than me right now. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Ready to get the show started. Talk about Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Thomas Patrick. All right, let's get it. All right, so great show today. Before we get started, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with somebody that y'all know personally so they can come on and watch live with us. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down throughout the show. Also, on Instagram, we have an NFL NBA chat where we do debates in there. You know, we give live injury reports, free agents, signings, NBA, NFL trades. If you want to be part of that, drop your IG in the chat and we'll add you. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. So, yesterday, Monday Night Football, rivalries, Buccaneers versus the Saints, went down to the wire. This was an ugly game until literally the last 4 minutes of the game. And Bucs down 13-3 and turned around and scored 2 touchdowns with 3 seconds left to play in the game. Tom Brady did it again. All right, so we're going to do something different today. We're going to kick it off with you, David. All right, the Tominator took him down the field and scored that touchdown. Give us your reaction from that game.
The Tom Brady experience. I just got to run through it. So, plays like trash the first 3 quarters. Motivate the defense to keep it close. That's what the defense did. They kept it close. Put together a good drive late in the game. Takes the credit for the one, even though he played trash early in the game. That's the Tom Brady experience. That's pretty much what he's been doing his whole career. So, I mean, he's definitely been doing that all year this year. He had a 37 QBR yesterday, which is not good. That's worse than average. But they won, and he threw the game-winning touchdown pass, so he gets all the credit. I think the credit should go to the defense. The defense, we're playing good in the end. Andy Dalton should be upset at Taysom Hill for dropping that pass, even though he got hit. Look, he's been playing. He's an athlete. He's a better receiver than he is a quarterback, and he's bad at both. But he still should have been able to make that catch. I think he's been listed as a tight end this year or something like that. So, I mean, you at tight end, you got to make the catch. The game is on the line. This is a team that you've owned since Tom Brady got there. This is only his second win against the team in the regular season. And both wins were this year. So he got his first sweep. Other than that, he got swept the last 2 years. So, but that defense played good. Levante Davis stepped up. All them guys, Carter Davis, all them boys, they stepped up last night, and they kept the game close. But there's no way Brady should really get credit for that win. I'm sorry. Even though he threw the 2 touchdown passes, he played terrible throughout the whole game for real. He just made it look good on the last 2 drives, and that's because they were desperate. And Julio Jones made a spectacular catch in the 4th quarter as well. I mean, he looked like the old Julio. So, credit to that Saints defense too, because they definitely made Brady look average. I mean, but that's not hard to do this year. Everyone has made Brady look average. So, the Cowboys did too early in the season, even though Brady won. But still, he hasn't looked like Brady. I don't even remember how many times he scored over 20 points this year. Maybe once or twice. So all I'm going to say is that this is the Tom Brady experience, what you expect. He was going to get the credit once they won.
Before you go, Tomo, breaking news. Baker Mayfield has been claimed by the Los Angeles Rams. He's with the Rams.
Ooh.
All right. So
That's
I guess
up, man.
after this topic, we can quickly go over it. I guess we could if y'all want to. But yeah, just want to put that out there.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead, Tomo.
For that news you just said, man, you know what old heads be saying, man, that's all right. That's all right, man. He doing all right out here. But for Tom Brady, man, what they say, hit me, Brady, one more time, or oops, I did it again. Because, man, this dude, he just don't go away. He just doesn't go away. They were down, what was it, like 16-3? 2 touchdowns. I thought the Cowboys' fourth quarter was more explosive, but that was more explosive, bro. To be down 2 touchdowns and the whole punt debacle that they had going on with it. They wanted the unit to come out, and then Brady was like, I'm not going anywhere. Put everybody back, and then it all worked out. So I guess one quarterback can rely on their defense because Tampa Bay made the Saints go 3 and out for Brady to get the ball back twice. The experience, like you said, I think it's an experience for everybody that's a coach or that's on the other side of the field, because with him, he just like, I know what I'm about to do. Brady, man, Brady. He just won't go away. And there was a question posed too. I'll let you go after this show. There was a question posed that do we still want to play the Tampa Bay Bucs? Yes. What he did yesterday is not happening. If we up 2 touchdowns, we better not lose that game.
Yeah. So look, my feedback on this is typical Tom. So this is what Tom Brady and the Bucs been all year. Matter of fact, y'all ever been in your house, right? And y'all just chilling, and then somebody knock on the door, and you probably forgot you supposed to have company, and you try to quickly clean up. You try to put stuff over the covers, put stuff under the bed. That's what the Bucs have been all year. They look terrible all year. Tom Brady comes out of nowhere with a 4-quarter comeback, and then you forget about how horrific they look. Oh my gosh, Tom Brady is so great. Really? Or is it the Saints just that bad? Like for real. So I'm not really too high on this game. Good job, Tom Brady. Wow, what did you do? You beat the Saints, who are 3-8, I believe, or 4-8. But Tom Brady threw the ball 54 times, averaging 5 yards per attempt. That's terrible, man. 54 times. And 2 times this game could have been over. Melvin Ingram. Why would you not get the first down? Why would you run out of bounds with 1 yard left? Come on, get on second down, 2nd and 8. Just get the first down, bro. He gets, and now it's 3rd and 1. They don't complete the pass on 3rd down. You got to punt the ball to Tom Brady. And then, like you said, David, Taysom Hill. I mean, perfect pass, but it was a drop. All right, so yeah, so I'm not too excited about this win like everybody else, like a lot of people were. I know my man Trent excited. Hey, look, Trent, great job to y'all for getting that dub, but y'all 6-6, and it still don't look good for y'all going forward in the playoffs. So that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, but you come play us next week. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, he said that we gotta play number 1 defense in the league. It's gonna be tough. Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough. All right.
Yeah.
They got Charles, Cincinnati, the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Falcons. Yeah, they making the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they gonna make the playoffs.
I don't know. Remember
Last 2 games about the Falcons.
Last time they played the Panthers, they lost 21-3.
Yeah, but they're 2 games above the Falcons.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
they played.
Saints won that game, and they would have been 1 game behind them.
Yeah, the Falcons should have beat them when they played them the first time. They should have beat them. They cut.
So if anything happens, I mean, the only issue, I mean, the Falcons have to keep winning, but it'll come down to that last game if the Falcons keep winning. But the Commanders don't want that to happen.
The Falcons, yeah, I'd rather play the Bucs, tell you the truth. I mean, I don't care. We beat either one of them. I don't care, Tomo.
Here you go.
All right, give us the Falcons, give us the Panthers, the Saints, or the Buccaneers. We're winning.
So you LeBron James?
You know what? I want Buccaneers. We need our payback from 2 years from 2020. We need our payback.
I bet.
And we'll do it in Tampa this time. Let's bring Tampa out here.
You sound like me about the 49ers, but hey.
Hey, the 49ers better hope they don't play us first round.
Oh.
Yeah. We play y'all, you gonna be upset.
All right, go to the next topic.
I'll say my man's talking like LeBron. You just get me in the playoffs. I don't care what the seed is. Just get me in the playoffs.
Yeah, okay.
The New York. You said New York Giants, right? Isn't that what you said?
Dang.
You know, I'm just saying. You know, we got the form with the D line. Feel me? We got the receivers.
Don't try to use my compliment against me, man. Because when I said it yesterday, y'all ran down a list of people that was way better. Nah.
All right, y'all. So like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share with someone that you know personally. They can come on and watch live with us. Use that comment section. We just get big announcement. Baker Mayfield to the Rams, right? The Panthers get rid of him. They save some money, 1.5 million, I think. Rams get some more depth. And we got an NFL NBA chat on IG. If you want to be a part of that, drop it in the chat. Enjoy the rest of the show. All right, Trae Young. So Trae Young, him and his coach, McMillan, right? Nate McMillan, they actually bumped heads. You know, Nate McMillan has a policy where if you don't attend shooting rounds, you can't play in the game. Or you can't start, basically. Trae Young, like, I'm doing treatment. I can't do walkthroughs right now. Woo-woo. And then he's like, all right, ultimatum. You got either don't show up or you can play and come off the bench. He said, if I ain't starting, I ain't coming. So he ain't show up. So we want let's talk about our feedback from that, because obviously they both said that it was a private thing. It wasn't supposed to get out. They're good now. That's what they said. They're good now. But what's your reaction on that? We're going to start with you, Tombo.
I mean, coach's policy is a coach's policy at the end of the day. I mean, stars or no stars. That's how you set the precedent throughout the locker room when you actually punish your stars. So I'm not mad at Nate McMillan for saying that. I'm mad at whoever leaked it, because, again, that sounded like it was in-house. So whoever was taping or massaging Trae Young, they definitely sold that story to TMZ, got a little bit of extra money. Trae response to that is a little childish. That's a little childish response, though. If I'm not starting, I'm not playing. Like, at the end of the day, man, just go out there. You say you hurt, so what's an extra 3 minutes on the bench, or your name not being called in the starting lineup? Or hey, they may call your name in the starting lineup, but you just don't take the jacket off. It is what it is, bro. There's a lot of growing pains there. That's just a growing thing. He'll grow from it.
All right, so me, I agree with you. I'm cool with Nate McMillan doing that because, number one, Trae Young is a leader. He's the best player, but leadership, your leader has to be held to the higher standard, because he's, like you say, he sets the tone for the rest of the team. When your leader gets leeway, that shows favoritism, and it doesn't sit right for the rest of the team. You know, so I'm cool with Nate McMillan doing that, and like you said, Trae Young, as a leader, you gotta show up. I mean, or just go through the walkthroughs. You ain't gotta shoot around for real. You just go through the walkthroughs. I heard Richard Jefferson say that. He said it's not always shoot around. Like, shoot around is not always just shooting. Shoot around is really, we're going to do walkthroughs of our defensive scheming and stuff like that. And Trae Young could have just did that, you know. And then, I mean, I'm pretty sure you got an injury. He's not going to tell you to shoot around, you know. So I don't know the full story when it comes to that. But based on what we heard, I thought Trae Young handled it wrong. Now, when it comes to his interview, all right. Now, his interview. Okay, I know we talked we talked about this pre-game, I guess you want to call it, right before we got online. And I know y'all both, you know, didn't agree with how the reporter was going at him. Now, he was a little aggressive, but Trae Young handled it so poorly, in my opinion. All right, Trae Young was trying to like talk down on him. I don't like when players do that, because the NBA players make their money, NFL players make their money because of the media. The media drives attention to the sport, which brings more revenue to the sport, which brings higher salaries for NBA players. And the guy's whole point was, you're not playing with the story. This leak is out here now, so you got to address it. You are a public figure. People are going to ask questions. So when we ask you a question, but you just say, you're not going to understand because you know the whole story. Okay, let me understand then. Like, you already gave me a little bit of it. So then he kept saying you need to stay on the outside. Like when he said it, I was like, okay, now he's basing him, like he's talking down on the guy. The guy was a little aggressive. I will give him that, but you gotta be more professional. This is the role when you become an NBA player, an NFL player. This is the role you gotta take. Being a role model or being like the person of being a good example, all that stuff. So I didn't agree on how he handled the press conference. I would have handled it much differently. I would have said something like, "Hey, listen, I gotta do better. You know, listen, I know that we had disagreement. There's no we had disagreement, and it could have been handled differently. I know I talked to my teammates, and I'll be a better leader going forward. Always take responsibility." But I felt like he was deflecting in that situation. So, what's your feedback on that?
I'm gonna go ahead, Dave. I guess we're gonna put you in the hot seat once Dave is done.
Yeah. See, I disagree with both of y'all, honestly. I think
I was on your side.
so. I agree. No, hold on. Just let me, because y'all had y'all points. Let me kind of go back.
Go ahead.
So, I think now the whole walkthrough point, I get it. Yeah, he probably still could have gone through walkthrough, but hey, he's getting he's trying to get his injury prepared so he could play the next game. So I don't think he was wrong for basically telling coach, hey, I mean, just let me go through my injury. Let me get my massage done so I could be prepared for the walkthrough so I could do shoot around. Maybe he was willing to do it, but the coach was he was rushing. That's kind of my opinion on it. I feel like the coach went in to try to rush him to get out of it so he can hurry him and get the walkthrough done. Now, I'm not saying that he should give Trae that treatment. I think he should do that for all of his players. If someone's hurt, you should at least give them some kind of leeway to be like, hey, look, he's hurt right now. We're gonna wait for him to finish getting his treatment done, and then we're gonna go do through the walkthrough so he can go ahead and play. Now, I'm not saying now Trae, the way he handled it, that's probably the only part I agree with y'all because I think he still should have, at least as a leader, been like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go do it. Even though I believe that Nate McMillan can handle that a little bit differently and just let him go ahead and handle it and get his shoulder checked on. Now the interview part, I definitely don't agree with you, Joe. I think he handled it the best way he could have because he was doing his best to handle it professionally in the beginning. It's just the fact that the reporter kept getting so aggressive, kept asking him the same question, and wasn't really letting him go through another question. That's why he handled it differently at the end of the interview because he was just like, it was private. It was private. It wasn't supposed to get leaked out, and I don't really want to talk about it right now. That's something that I want to talk to my teammates and my coach about. That's something that we handled at that time, but the reporter just kept getting in his face. He just kept asking him. And he was like, all right, man, like sometimes, yes, you can handle things professionally, but sometimes it's just when someone just keep coming at you aggressive, you sometimes you may lash out. Now, he didn't lash out in a really just disrespectful way. Now, I don't think he should have said, you stay on the outside because he's a reporter. That's his job. And also reporters get paid because of the NBA players too. It works both ways because if Trae Young wasn't playing, if there wasn't an NBA, these media people wouldn't even exist. We wouldn't exist. Honestly, we wouldn't be on here either. So that's just how it is. The questions got him, like Mark said, the questions got him irritated. So he, he's growing. He's growing as a leader. So I don't think he was wrong for how he handled it. I just think that the reporter just kept irritating him, and he just like, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay, so I was on your side, man. What you mean? You don't agree with us? It's me and you versus Joe right now. You talking about the interview? He handled it wrong. Now, Joe, imagine.
I'm talking about the beginning of it.
The coach part.
We agreed on the interview. It's just the coach part. I disagree.
Okay, yeah, because the coach part. I mean, it's perception. We don't really know how the conversation went, so it could have went either way. You right. But for the fans, you wrong. Joe, how many times have you been in a situation where something played out behind closed doors, it got leaked out, and now some random person is coming up to you asking about it, and when you be like, look, perfect scenario. Say you and your wife had an argument, game night, maybe some random person heard it, and then they went back and was like, man, Joe and his wife, man, they was arguing like I don't know what. It was crazy in there. We had to leave. And then somebody just come through and was like, hey, Joe, man, so what happened? You're like, that's between me and my wife. Like, we handle that. Like, it's none of your business. Like, we got this. And they're like, all right. But, like, what happened, though? And you like, that's between me and my wife. That's in-house. Like, we going to handle it. We're okay. But like, are y'all gonna get a divorce? And you like, all right, why you keep like you gonna feel some way after a while? You like, I told you that's between me and my wife. It's in house. Leave it alone. And then you're like, but you're supposed to be a good husband. Like, why are you out here arguing with your wife in front of people?
Mm.
You see, that's why I think Trae Young got to the point where he was like, all right, now you playing with me.
All right, that's different. Wife, when it comes to marriage, there's no group setting in that. It's just you and your spouse. Team sports is different from marriage. When you have a team and it calls all that stuff, you gotta talk to the media. I don't have to talk to the media every day after after every night. I wake up for my wife. I don't have to face the media every day. So that's different. All right. So here's my thing. Trae Young can't be upset if people, what's the word I'm looking for? People start assuming. If people come out and say, yeah, Trae Young a bad leader, he should never showed up. He can't get mad if people say that because they hear bits and pieces and people gonna try to put it together. Kind of like the Udoka situation. They never told us what happened, so people will forever speculate. People will always speculate. It's out there. So they will always try to put the pieces together themselves, and you can't get mad at them for doing that. And people are going to do that with Trae Young. He's going to be known for this moment as a bad leader. Whereas I live in Rhode Island. All right, get that right first, not Connecticut.
That was a good one.
Connecticut.
That was a good one.
All right. So yeah, but that's my whole thing. So, and I'm not telling you that he should have told him what happened, but obviously Trae Young didn't show up to the game. He didn't show up to the game. So reporters going to ask the best player who did not show up to the game, why you ain't come to the game? So it didn't have to be about the Nate McMillan situation. We just want to know why you, as a leader of this team, we are fans. We come and pay our money to watch y'all play. We want to see y'all win. Why didn't you show up to the game when we saw John Collins, who had a boot on his foot? He was there. Why weren't you there? Amen. And Trae Young could have said, listen, me and my coach had a disagreement. Things I could have done better. Always take blame. You're a leader. I could have done better. We have look, we good going forward, so you need to know we're gonna be straight. But instead, he didn't do that. He just deflect. He just kept saying, hey, we disagree sometimes. He never said that what he did was wrong. Never said that.
Because at the end of the day,
maybe he don't feel like he was wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
I personally don't think he was wrong in that situation. Now, like I said, I think Nate McMillan should have just let him go ahead and handle his injury. I mean, the man got a shoulder injury. Let him go ahead and get that done, and then you can go through the walkthrough. Well,
that's where my point gets a little on the fence, because it's like you can get your treatment, right? But you need to come through the walkthrough.
Exactly.
That's where it's like, all right, it sounds like Nate was like, you can do that, but you have to go through this walkthrough, and whatever's wrong with Trae.
You know what? I got you, Tomo. I'm gonna get David right here. You ready, David?
Go ahead.
David, you in a business meeting, right? And it's a presentation that has to be done. And y'all have a standard. You gotta be here before 7 o'clock to do the meeting at 7:30. And your best player said, hey, listen, coach, I'm not gonna be there until 7:15. Can I still do the meeting? You know what? You are our best player. You know what I mean? You know what? I got into a car on the way. Can I still do the meeting? The coach still let him do the meeting, right? On the way to it gets at 7:15. The coach still let them do the meeting at 7:30. How are the other players going to look next week when they got their excuse on why they're not going to be there at 7 o'clock? It's not going to look good. So at the end of the day, if the person don't show up by 7 o'clock, they can't do the meeting. That's the standard. And you know that, David.
That's a standard, but that's a car accident. That's different,
yeah,
man.
I gave you a worse scenario. If I'm on the way and a car hit, now I'm not saying you get injured. I'm on the way, a car hits me, I have to stop, get out the car, change the information, which causes me to be late. I'm not here about 7 o'clock. I can't do this meeting. You know that's how it is.
I would say like
here's the standard.
My homework or something.
And guess
like,
what? You know why, Tombo? You know why? If I got to a car accident, let's say I still made it about 7 o'clock, and another person had my kid was sick, I couldn't get about. Listen, I got into a car accident one time. I got here about 7 o'clock. It's a standard you create for your environment. That's how I look at things. So when you create a standard, you got to stick to the standard. You can't bend the rules for nobody. If you do, others going to find a way. People think their excuse is better than yours all the time. You get into a car accident, they babysit it. They think that's more important.
There's
I
some
get
things
it.
that you gotta have. It's some
I
things
get
that
it. But it's the
Yeah,
car.
somebody dies.
yeah.
That's different.
Different.
Somebody,
There's some
yeah,
things
but
that empathy
flat
just
tire.
comes into play though. Yeah,
Let's go on,
that's
Mark.
but that's random too though, Mark. Like that's like God willing. You know what I'm saying? Like some
Yeah,
things
that's
empathy comes into place where you like, all right, I can understand why you was late. I'm talking about as the group setting, not the person who set the standard. The group will be like, well, he was in a car accident, so he didn't make the game.
David.
Now,
Yeah, you
if we
know
go
for a
out the
fact.
night before and you call in someone, you got a headache, and we all know we was drinking, then I'm gonna be like, so you let him come in at 7:15, but let me fake like I had a hangover.
David, we've been in meetings before together. We used to work together, y'all, by the way.
Okay.
And there was a standard. If you don't get there on time, you gotta pay some money. No matter what the excuse is. You know that, David.
That's true.
You know that. So once it's standard, and once you've been in rooms for one person, somebody's gonna find an excuse and they're gonna bring it. Oh, well, you let this person in. So I mean, how I look at things is that as a player, I would look at it as I'm a leader. What can I've done to be better? And obviously, I mean, Trae Young, at the end of the, I mean, I'm not saying mature, but how old is Trae Young? Like what, 20,
Yeah, I'd be like
24?
20-something.
You know what I mean? So like, I mean, we don't know the true story. I'm just saying, like the way he handled it, I think he could have handled it a little better. That's all
And
I'm
this
saying.
is how we can bring this whole argument full circle. And this is why Deshaun Watson told y'all he wasn't talking about nothing that was not non-football related in that interview because of this right here. You see how it just snowballed into
Yeah,
Breaking
man.
news. Breaking news. Jimmy Garoppolo does not need surgery. He can return later this season.
Oh my goodness. Happy for you, Jimmy. My
You
bad. That
daggone
was a
right.
bad. That was bad. My bad. Happy for you, Jimmy.
I don't know. No, it said he could have a chance to return in 7 to 8 weeks, making him a potential playoff contributor.
He not playing
7 to 8 weeks.
playoffs.
Okay.
Nah, it's a house party now.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That was an intense one. I like that. All right, I like that.
I think we need to do more topics like this. This gets the people going. It gets the blood going.
Yeah. Hey, listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. I'm not saying Trae Young. Like you're right. What he did might not be wrong. We don't know the true story. I'm just saying he should have handled it a little better.
I mean, yeah,
I would have if I was him.
But you're more mature too, though.
That's true. That's why I said, how old is he? You know what I mean? I don't know how old,
Yeah.
So
LeBron
Trae,
at 20 versus LeBron at 30.
I'm calling like I see it. All right, don't get mad at me.
Yeah, come on the show, Trae. Talk about it.
All right, let's go to the next topic, y'all. Our last one. The Lakers, man, they've been rolling. In their last 10 games, they are 10-2. And they just blew out your Wizards, according to somebody. But one of my love, I should say.
Cap.
Yeah, so the Lakers, man, we want to know, are they contenders or pretenders, man? That's what we want to know. So I talked about this before, right? Now, I'm not saying like, all right, the Lakers, I think they are. What are we talking about? We talking about the finals? They definitely pretenders. Are we talking about top 60? Oh yeah, they're pretenders. All right, playoffs, maybe playing. You know, maybe. But I put my money on it. I would say they're pretenders. All right. So look, but this is what changed though. Me and him was on the show before, and I was like, Don Ham's doing a great job. But AD needs more touches. Exactly what I said. I said AD needs more touches. I got my notes right here. AD needs more touches. At that time, in the first half, AD led the Lakers in points, field goals made, field goal attempts, shooting 56% in the first half. In the fourth quarter, AD was fifth on his team in field goal attempts. LeBron, Russell Westbrook, Lonnie Walker the fourth, and Matt Ryan shot more times than him in the fourth quarter. But now, things changed, y'all. Y'all can't believe that? Things changed. Now, the Lakers, LeBron's still leading, which I don't know why. LeBron's taking almost double the shots that AD is taking, which makes no sense. Right? LeBron just can't give up the torch, right? But AD is second. AD's averaging 10 points a game in the fourth. LeBron's averaging 9. So the change they made was feed AD. AD is the best player. And people kept beating up on AD like he wasn't trying to take the torch. LeBron got to pass that to him. And I know it's going to be hard for him. LeBron been the best player on his team for the last 20 years. So, yeah. Even with Miami, everywhere he went, except for that first regular season with the Lakers, it was Anthony Davis. It was LeBron. I think Anthony had better numbers, but LeBron was the best player. So, but right now it's Anthony Davis, so he has to pass the torch off. But if I had to say it, I would say pretenders, and the Lakers will definitely not have a better record than the Kings. I just want to put that out there. Hey, I hope they make the playoffs, by the way, because we like not being 4 games straight.
So you
Go ahead,
see,
Thomas.
Sweet.
Go ahead, David.
I'm gonna say y'all just gonna sweep the Lakers, huh?
So to prove your point that you was talking about AD needing the ball, so I'm gonna just look at the last 10 games what AD has done. So against the Nets, he put up 37. Against the Pistons, he put up 38. Against the Spurs, AD put up 30.
Could you do the last 9 games? Don't do the last 10. Just do the last 9.
No, you still part of that, Tom. You were the last game.
You're part of that, sir. Sorry. You are part of that.
That's why I said 9. Skip 1.
He put up 25 against the Suns. Didn't play the first game against the Spurs. I mean, the second game against the Spurs. Third game. Sorry, looking at my notes. Oh, yeah, he didn't play the third game. My bad. They lost against the Pacers. Then they beat the Trailblazers.
And why how much he had against the Pacers?
He had.
I had the 4 quarter number. They didn't feed him in the 4th quarter, and they came back and lost.
He had 25 against the Pacers.
I should have put the 4 quarter. I'm gonna do it. Go ahead.
And he put up 27 against Portland, and then he was a dog against the Bucs. Put up 44 against the Bucs, and then put up 55 last night. So, Joe, you're right. Fee AD. As long as you fee AD, you got a good shot of actually winning. Now, out of those games, though, the teams that were actually good that they played were Phoenix, the Bucs, the Cavaliers. They only won one of those games, and that was against the Bucs.
Indiana's a playoff team right now too.
Indiana's a playoff team, and they lost against Indiana.
They lost. Yep.
All the other teams are pretty bad. Even the Wizards. Sorry.
It's the truth. It's okay.
I mean, we not that much better either. We the 9th seed, so we ain't that much better. But
we got sitting out right now in the playoffs.
number 9.
No, I'm talking about the Wizards.
Probably like 30. I don't know. Let me check. I check it out.
Y'all, I like y'all team, Tombo. I really do. I like y'all team. Go ahead, David. Sorry, go ahead.
Are they contenders or pretenders? Right now, I'm still say they're pretenders. They haven't beaten anyone significantly to make it feel like it was something. Now they beat the Bucs when Middleton returned. I believe that was his first game back since his injury, and he didn't do too much. I mean, it's his first game back. He hasn't played since the playoffs. So I mean, what did you expect? I didn't expect him to come in and ball out his first game back. Now Giannis still played his game, but I mean, AD put up 44. What are you really gonna do with AD putting up 44 points? He balled out. But other than that, they've lost the games that mattered. They lost against the Pacers, lost against the Suns, and lost against the Cavaliers. And they played the Cavaliers tonight. So, do you expect the Lakers to win again tonight? AD gonna have to put up 40 again. Do you expect them to? I don't know. So, Darvin Ham, you better feed him the ball if you really want to make it a chance. And LeBron, stop shooting all those threes. You are not a 3-point shooter. Okay? Shoot when you're open, and that's it. You are not Steph Curry. You're not Dame. You're not even Duncan Robinson when he was good. So just stop.
When he was good, he was a good shooter.
He was. He was.
Had to do the powder toss. Let's go. No, pretenders. Come on, man. The NBA season is a marathon. And y'all letting their last 5 games with they 4-1. And just like you said, they really didn't beat anybody as far as like competitive wise. The Wizards game, I called it a blowout because Bill went out in like the fourth quarter. I mean, like 4 minutes into the game. So then after that, the Lakers just went on a run. They held a 20-point lead the entire game. Like I've never seen the Lakers play this type of defense until they came to DC. But it always happens, i.e. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George coming back. And guess who they play on Saturday? The Wizards. Guess who's out with a hamstring injury? Bradley Beal. Come on now. And guess who's on the trade block? Kyle Kuzma. But it's not about the Wizards. You know what I mean? He's not on the trade block. Teams are calling about Kyle Kuzma now. You see what happens? It's just a revolving door here in DC. But it's not about the Wizards. I can go on a soapbox all day about them. I agree with everything y'all saying. Feed AD. Like, I got him on my fantasy team in basketball. And he's been, matter of fact, I don't even call him AD. I call him iPhone 14 because, like I told somebody in the group, one bad drop and that screen's going to crack. But so far, he's been holding up. So I'm happy for him. Him and Porzingis, they both on like IR watch because they both playing good. But again, it's not about the Wizards. AD, man, he's been the focal point of the team since he's got there. LeBron traded for this guy for a reason. He knew what he could bring to the table when he's not in street clothes. And he's showing improving. He's shutting everybody up right now. So I'm hoping that he continues this run. And I'm hoping that whatever Darvin Ham is spewing in that locker room at this point, the players are buying into it. And I hope they just keep going with that method. I agree with you, though. LeBron needs to stop shooting threes. You are not on the Warriors. You are not 23. Just stop. And I'm not talking about Jordan. I'm talking about 23 years old. Just stop shooting those threes, man. I know you want AD to be in the paint by itself, but LeBron, you are now Kevin Love when he came over to Cleveland. Like, that's where he's at with his career now. He just needs to be in the paint. Like, all that from outside the arc is not your game anymore. Like, you can take – go ahead.
I still think he should take at least 2 or 3 a game.
That's exactly where I was going with it.
A 10.
There we go. That's it. Your max, his max should be 5.
Yeah, at 5 is the most. You shouldn't go above 5.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Nah.
The disrespect. Have you looked at his field goal percentage from 3-point this year, sir?
We talking about
he is trash.
No. He talking about Tom will call him Kevin Love. No, man. No.
I said he should play like Kevin Love when he came over to Cleveland, man. Get down.
Kevin Love was a third wheel.
Hello, LeBron is at that point in his career now.
No, he's not. He's not consistent to make threes. No, that's
no. I'm not talking about threes. I'm talking about his role within the team should now be the third scorer.
Not even that.
Who the second scorer?
Who's second?
The rest of the team. LeBron need to stop. Yeah. Look, bro, I'm the one that say LeBron is better than Jordan, but at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all right now at this point in his career, he's taking away from other people on the court. Shooting 8 threes a game, that's putting your team back down in a deficit because he's not shooting like average threes. He's shooting bricks, like bricks, bro.
We're going to have to do that debate sooner or later.
Yes.
Who to go? We'll wait till all season for that one, though.
Like, and the reason why he's probably taking all these threes is because he's trying to catch that. He's trying to beat that record. But, bro, relax. It's a marathon. You can get there. You don't have to be Steph Curry.
He is trying to get that record.
Maybe he feels like he's not going to be able to play 55 games, so maybe he needs to try to get it within 50. So maybe
if you're too old to be running up and down the court like that, then just slow down.
All right, look. So, look, AD, last 10 games, 2 losses, right? In the fourth quarter against Indiana, AD took 2 shots.
Wow.
LeBron took 8. Westbrook took 6.
Wow.
Gabriel took 3. And Austin Reeves took the same amount with 2. Crazy, right?
You see my wallpaper? That's what you just named. Bricks.
And look, the second loss, the Suns, AD was 4 for 4. Lonnie Walker took 7. And LeBron didn't play this one. Lonnie Walker took 7. Westbrook took 7. But AD was 4 for 4. And it's a game AD cooked 8. And he had like 37. Why is he not getting the ball in the fourth quarter? When he does, they win. Like, I don't get it. But
first of all, for you to put a 55 on somebody that's the same height as you, because Porzingis was checking him that game. You put up 55.
Oh, yeah, he cooked for it. Yeah.
He was getting cooked.
And Ayton. Like, look at this. It's not like he cooking people our size. Like, that makes sense. He's cooking people his size.
I like y'all team, Tomo, though. I like y'all team, though. You say y'all where in the playoffs?
We if they 9th, we 10th.
I like y'all. I watch y'all play. And y'all got something brewing. y'all just be killing y'all. Like I watched that Brooklyn game, y'all just missing all them free throws. I'm like, y'all should have won that game.
Threes.
You know, so I like your team. I like your team. Though. I like what boy. I like y'all little big three I got. I like that.
Well, I mean, you could take one of them.
Yeah,
No, we great.
9 and y'all 10.
Yeah, and I ain't talking about Porzingis or Kuzma. You could take one of them.
We'll take Porzingis.
Nah.
That's what we need. We need Porzingis.
Nah. At this point,
and he can shoot too. Oh, he'll go in our offense. Oh my god.
Man. At this point, all right, give us a bonus.
Nah.
Because at this point, as a Wizards fan, I feel like the Knicks, when they had Melo, when it was like, all right, we got this star player, but where are we going? Like, where are we going?
At least the Knicks got to the playoffs.
Listen, Bradley Beal got injured, and then who got drafted? Y'all ain't becoming no top.
You got Johnny Davis.
See, y'all, he got injured, thinking y'all was going to become like a top 3 seed. Sorry, we took the 4th pick. You know, we had a better record than y'all.
We trying to trade. We trying to trade that pick. Y'all wouldn't give it up.
No, Keegan Murray. We go with Keegan Murray. We straight.
I want an Ivy.
All right. All right, y'all. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share with somebody that you know personally. All right, we're gonna break these up right after, so y'all be able to see it individually. I know we did a long-winded with 3 topics, but hey, we have fun. And NFL, NBA topic on IG. If you want to be a part of that, let us know. Put it in the chat. I will see in the comments too. You can throw it in the comment section. I will always add you. And I hope y'all did enjoy the show. So before we leave, let's get these last words. Hey, look, Bean Team, we on a break right now. We're not playing tonight either. But 3 in a row, we lighting that beam. Like I said, if we see those LA fakers in the playoffs, that beam getting lit 4 times. They might get one. Because we some gentlemen. We'll get them a gentleman suite. I ain't got my tie next to me. We'll get them a gentleman suite. But we lighting that beam at least 4 times. At least. Which is the max. Oh, yeah, Commanders. We on a break too, bro. We chilling. We watching all the games. We gonna watch Tom. We'll see what they doing this week. We gonna see what San Fran trying to do. We gonna be sitting out chilling. You know, scouting our opponent. The Giants said they're gonna get destroyed by the Eagles, and we gonna get that dub against them next week. So we back in the playoff run next week.
So, San Fran, we got Brady and the Bucs on Sunday. They just played terrible against the Saints, a team that we didn't even allow to score in the game. So we should pretty much do just about the same thing to Brady. Now, I expect Brady to at least get a score, but Brady shouldn't score 20 points against that defense. So let's take care of business on Sunday, and we should be good. Miami, we play the Pistons tonight. I mean, it's not really a big game. It's the Pistons, they 6-19. They ain't that good. But, I mean, you lost last night to a Grizzlies team that didn't have 4 of their starters. So, come on. Just play like you're supposed to. Jimmy Buckets is back, so go win.
Jimmy Bus, you said it right the first time.
Jimmy Buckets. Nah, no sir.
It was there's a great song that's going around nowadays. It said it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. Forget them. I put a video out today, basically stating everything that happened with the show yesterday about how every time the Cowboys beat somebody that the Eagles barely beat, the world is just like, well, they got lucky. You know, they just got lucky. And it's just like, well, I mean, how many times can you ever see another franchise score more than 40 points in a game? You know, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. But run the ball. Bradley Beal, ice up, son, because we're going to need you. I probably wish we would have never got Johnny Davis. And I appreciate everyone for checking out the show.
So you say you put a video out?
I put it in the chat.
I'm going to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm posting a Refuse to Lose page.
It's about Dan Orlowski, who's out here just, you'll
saying
see it.
Crazy stuff.
You'll see
I
it.
don't like y'all for real.
He don't. He was on Carson Wentz line for like 8 years.
He was. He still was on his line this year on the low. and Matt Stafford.
And Mark.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for y'all today. And we'll see y'all next episode. What just happened?
It went straight. It went right.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.